Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to build and play Loki in SMITE, and as always we're going to get straight into it. I'm not really going to talk about any rubbish that you guys don't care about. So I'm going to start off with my history this time actually, because I want to show you guys kind of, I have been experimenting and whatever, all of this is rank conquest, and kind of show you guys through experimentation I've kind of found out what one of the best builds is. Now bear in mind that my win percent, average kills, whatever, is probably, obviously it's like since the beginning when I started playing SMITE. And obviously when I first started I wasn't the best Loki. He's had a rework since then. I personally prefer him after the rework, and there's all the experimenting included in that as well. And I only started playing him properly and experimenting like a month ago, so that's where most of this gameplay is. It only goes back to 24th of June, so around a month when I started playing Loki again. So without further ado, we're going to get into it. So as you can see, 5 kills, 8 kills, 5, 12-0, that was a good game. I will point out right now, team and the matchup does play a part in how well you do with Loki. You can see like sometimes you'll get a 16 and 5 and you can get a 2 and 6. Let's see, for example, here. Yeah, so there's quite a bit of CC from Tier. That was wrecking me. Ymir's got a freeze. The knockup from Hebo, the portals. Giannis just does a lot of damage anyway. You can see he was 13 kills. So the team fights were very difficult if I did ult anyone, and you can see that the team in general didn't do well. Whereas if you look at the 16-5, Lancelot did do well, obviously better than me, but it's just dodgy. I can just get away from her if she does ult. Ravana, not too difficult to play against. Jingwei, not a good ADC. Changa, pretty easy, I should have been beat stick, but I think it wasn't that big of an issue. We already had a beat stick and a divine. So it does depend on the situation of the game, but you can see 16 kills, 7-1, 19-5, 16-3. So it was going really well. Again, you'd have the odd bad matchup, 6-0, 10-3. There will be 10-9, 10-13. 20 kills, even though we lost. So you'll have games where you do absolutely amazing, 20 kills compared to the whole game. And yeah, you'll just not have the best team, or their team will just be really good, and that's where you won't do too well. So I just thought I'd give you a little show of that, and then now I'm going to get into the build. So in terms of his build, I am literally going to show you step by step what I do from start of game to end of game. And I use the same build for solo lane and jungle, but I mainly play him solo lane because I just think he's really good there. I do go full damage, but late game, it is just better. That one tank where you're picking people off is just amazing. So I start with Bluestone Pendant. First tier, Spike Gauntlet, which leaves you with 250 gold. I'll go with 4 health potions and a multi-pot. You don't need a mana pot because you don't need a mana pot because you'll have a blue buff, obviously, because you'll be in solo lane. You decide your potions if you're in jungle. I even go Bluestone Pendant in jungle. I saw a pro player do it as well. I prefer it. Why? Because late game, you don't want the jungle star item. You want Bluestone, because Bluestone absolutely destroys everyone. You'll be like top damage every game, because Bluestone Bruise is just absolutely amazing. So start off with that. Then I'm going to literally speak you step by step. Think of like medium case scenario, not best case where you back and buy solely, and not worst where you're already dead and you can't buy anything. I'll come back, I will buy that. These will all be used, and that will be used as well. I'll have, let's say I usually have 1,300 and 1,100, let's say. So I spent 450 on that. I will upgrade this before I use it for the first time, and I'm going to buy health chalice as well, just for the sustainability in lane. Then, in terms of finishing off the build, why do I go Soul Eater first and not like Crusher? Because I want to start stacking first, because the healing you want to get in as soon as possible. Bearing in mind, I'm going to talk you through how to play him as well, because a lot of people think that there's not a lot of skill in playing Loki, but there actually is, which I've learned through a billion games now. Then there's the same build for jungle and solo lane. There's only one item that changes, and that is your second item, and that is you can either go Crusher or Beat Stick. Most of the time I will go Crusher, because late game is just absolutely amazing. Beat Stick, kind of look at your team, how much is the healing affecting you in the lane. Not a big issue, then leave it. If they have an Aphrodite, Hades, and God knows what, everybody building Soul Eater, then go Beat Stick, because late game is going to be very difficult for you to kill someone. You got Anubis, then he'll have Typhons and Bancroft, so you kind of want to get Beat Stick in that case. But I'd say it's like a 80% to 20% ratio, where 80% of the games I'll get crushed, 20% just if you want to get B-Stick, you can get B-Stick. Both, I can't get both because the rest of the build you have to get. Next item is Jotun's Wrath. Why? Cooldown. Next item, you can switch between Hydras or Heartseeker. You can go in any order. Personally, I prefer Hydras. Why? You don't have Transcendence. You're going to be running out of mana. It can get really annoying at one point. The passive item grants 2.5 MP5 per 10% of your missing mana. Just really helpful in keeping you with mana. And the one-shots kind of that point in the game are decent as well. So Hydras helps with that as well. Last time will be Heartseeker. And then you're going to upgrade Bluestone Bruges to... Bluestone Pendant to Bluestone Bruges. I'm just going to show you one thing, which is why I just like it. So a lot of the time, you just... I'm going to try it with this first. So you just leave your 2 and you walk off in team fights and whatever. And if you check how much damage that did 300, 600, 720, 780, 800. That 2 did 800. And what do? You just go there. Oh, this is the team fight. You go invis, yeah, leave it. They're fighting. Your team's fighting. And you are absolutely doing so much damage to everyone. You have your Bluestone damage over time, which is their health as well. Why do I go this one? Because it's a solo lane that you'll be versing who's going to build health, and the tank's gonna have health, so that's just good for that. You've got the Crusher ticking, and then you got your 2 ticking. So a lot of the time you just go leaving your 2 there, and that'll tick over time. That's one of the reasons why you'll get a lot of damage in. And just to remember this, I go that. Why? Because when you get low, that 20% ability lifesteal is amazing. You can quickly go to a buff, clear it, and pretty much be full health again. In terms of relics, I'll go that, and then it doesn't really matter what you go. You can go you want. I like to go Aegis because sometimes I'll dive to kill someone so that we can win. And you know, it can be a 1-for-1, it can be a 1-for-2, but at the end of the day, Loki does a bit like, yeah, it helps the team. But if you do want to get out, then you do have that. This one obviously I get because you can teleport towards. Wait, can this one as well? I don't know. Why do I get after teleporting your movement speed? Kills and assists on oh, that's why. Because you keep on getting it on kills and assists. That was the reason. So, in terms of playing him, the first advice I always give is... I'm going to talk about one-shotting. So, you always... That'll usually kill them. Why do you do the 2 first? You do the 2 first. Actually, I'm gonna go put my reduced cooldown just so I can repeatedly show you combos. And I'm going to reset my cooldowns as well. Where's reset? I always struggle to find reset. So your 2, like you just saw, does what, 800 damage, and if you ult them in the 2, they're going to take 800 plus whatever. So you see how fast I'm doing that. So you're teleporting with your 2. I mean, you're doing your 2. You teleport on all. You attack them once, and I've got my 3 on quick casting. So as soon as I auto attack them, I press my 3. I'm going to show it to you on a god bot as well, just so you can see how fast they die. Because at the end of the day, you are one-shotting people. Now, I go invis, so they don't know. So that's how they die, basically. Now, obviously I've got my cooldowns on. Oh, I'll get lost raw. So you don't have to go invis, but even then, just show you guys how much damage it does. Because you will get your auto attack from the invis off as well. So technically you don't even need to kill them. Like, you don't even need to do your 3. But if it's a tank and, you know, whatever happens, you can just go in and just do your 2 ult and then your 3. So I'll demonstrate that as well. The main thing is you want to do your 2. So... And you want to do it as fast as possible. You don't want to give them time to escape your 2, because that's going to be the issue. Yo, these things have made it really annoying. You can just see the amount of damage that you are doing. And that's how I'm getting the 20 kills. If you ask me, if someone's alone, that's my second tip, is do that. Because anything they escape, they Aegis or whatever, you're going to do a lot more damage. If it's in a group, don't use your 1. Why? Because when you do your 2 and your whole combo, you can still use your invis to get out. Whereas if you go in with invis, then you can't get out. Tip number 3, don't be predictable with your 1. Like, yeah, I know it sounds odd, but a lot of the times the reason I get away is you'll be going there, don't go back. Like, still, I don't think people have caught on, but if your base is there and you're going back, do that. This is what you want. Stick to the wall. Because they're like, they'll be chasing you there and you'll be like, right, I actually went to their Titan. Like, let's say the map is over here and you're going backwards. No, there's no map. Going backwards, go forward to their Titan. They'd be like, there's no way this idiot would go there, but yeah, you would. Did you show again? Like, you can see how fast you need to be with it. Another one, I mean, that is like one of the biggest tips when it does come to Loki. Number 2, utilize your 2. Or tip number 3, utilize your 2, how much you're doing it. Because in team fights, with all of your damage over time, it does really help. Just gonna stack this. Utilize your 2. Whenever there's a team fight you saw there, utilize it. Tip number 4 will be use auto attack cancel. So I'm gonna try it on the Gold Fury. So auto attack cancels are when I attack and press my 1, I'll attack again. So there's 1, 2. Okay, you'll see that. So 1, 2. You see the gap? Oh, there's 1, 1. I'll demonstrate here. There's 1, 1. Like, it's very slow. Auto attack. Okay, he's gonna follow me everywhere. What the hell? That looked a bit scary. 1, 1, 1. So like, with auto attack cancel before. Before the 3 used to auto attack cancel, but now, I mean, it's not really an auto attack cancel. You'd have to 3, and then it's, I don't know. I think it's better to make the 3 go off, whereas before the 3 was an ability that happens like this. It was where you charge your 3 your next auto attack. So best I would advise is that. So yeah, utilize your auto attack cancels. In terms of that, actually, the thing is, I'm actually so OP, I'm killing people too fast. We can also utilize that with your ult. So if I do, see what I did there? So that'll kill them even faster. Let me check you on that. So when you that and you ult them, auto attack them, and then one them, because you're just gonna do a lot of damage. And then you can do your 3 as well, and just all these things that, yeah. Tip number 5, always get soul eater. It's just that is what's making you survive. Combined with that, that's what's healing you. Otherwise, Loki goes in, he's low, and then that's it. That's the end of it. I'm not sure if there are any other tips. Just stay in the back. You are Loki. You don't have to always be in there 24/7. Stay in the back, watch, and attack when you can or need to. If not, then don't. And in terms of leveling his abilities, I'll get into that. I start off with my 2. Why? Because when you go in solo lane, you got the XP camp, the speed buff, and the blue buff. You get them all together, do your 2. It does damage to all of them. And not to mention the blue stone as well. Then the second ability I get is my 3. Why? Because you go to the wave in your first wave. You put your 2 down. After the ticks, you do that to the front line and slash the back line. There we go, wave cleared. You'll see from my videos. Then my 1. Then that. Now I maximize my, I mean, it's an odd one really. In terms of wave clear, it's the 2, but in terms of damage as well, that's really good. So I probably max my 2, then my 3, then my 1, then my ult, because the ult I mainly get there just to stun them so I can use my other abilities. Alternatively, you can also just do your 3, 2, and then 1. Why 1 last? Because again, mainly use it to get away. The auto attack cancel also helps. The damage over time is helpful, but the 3 really does good damage when you have that behind you, because there'll be a lot of the time where they're running away and you're just doing that on their back and it just absolutely shreds them. So yeah, go with your 2 or 3, then your 1-year-old. And that is everything. I'm going to try and put the timestamps in the description below when I've spoken about each thing. But if you do have any questions, leave in the comments below. If not, thank you for watching. And yeah, any other gods, leave them in the comments. I'll try and do them. I'll see you guys in the next video.